You just got your asses whipped by a bunch of nerds. Nerds!
Welcome back to Nerds Podcast. It's Pooba here, and I'm going to be discussing Darth Maul, Shadow Lord, episodes 1 and 2. If you didn't know, there is a prelude to this series in the form of a comic book by Marvel titled Shadow of Maul, and it is direct prelude to the series on Disney+. We start off with The Dark Revenge, episode 1. I'm a really big fan of this animation. It looks fantastic. The storytelling on top of that is pretty damn good as well. We got a very cool intro with the helmets like we usually do in these series, but there's two that actually stood out to me. They're both Inquisitors. The 11th brother, who was voice animated by Clancy Brown, who recently was with the Penguin, and he also did Damien Darkblood in Invincible. The other Inquisitor is Marok, who is voiced by AJ Ocasio, which is also the voice of Gambit in the X-Men 97 series. I'm curious of how they'll appear on this show. So I initially thought that this was Coruscant, but no, it's a planet called Janix. This planet is kind of one part Gotham, one part Metropolis, 100% Star Wars, and should be taking place between 18 and 17 BBY, before the Battle of Yavin. Now, just a reminder, this is taking place, of course, after Darth Maul connected with the Death Watch of Mandalore and the events after that. You'll see some Mandalorians fighting alongside Darth Maul. This is the reason why, and this is what created, of course, the Shadow Collective. Now, I love the heist scene. It was fantastic. Spybot was impressive. He's that little flying saucer. He was pretty dope. He kind of reminded me of Frenzy, the Minicon from the Transformers movies, and the cable wires to cut the cops in the background ahead of time. This was absolutely fantastic. And of course, we get to the end part where Darth Maul is ricocheting all the lasers that were shot on him. Absolute cinema. Now we meet these two Jedis who are on the run, of course, because of Order 66. And man, I can't tell you how I'm excited to see Jedis in this series, but let's talk about it. You have Devin Azara and Iko Diodaki, who's her master. Devin, of course, gets arrested in the series for stealing some food. And because of the low profile they have to keep to stay away from the Inquisitors, she just goes with the cops. And we meet Captain Brander Lawson, who is voiced by the Oscar-nominated Wagner Moura, who was Pablo Escobar in Narcos. These are new characters to most of us in Star Wars, but in my opinion, they did a really good job of introducing them. Now, he's investigating the heist, but this kind of does remind me of The Dark Knight, because the Joker did the heist with 5 others, just like Darth Maul did, but it really wasn't about stealing the money. It was about getting attention to the mob. Hopefully, this all makes sense for all of you guys, and I'm curious about your thoughts on it. But I love that because there's no Jedis, they call the lightsaber a laser sword, because they haven't seen them since the Jedis, the Clone Wars, and the Sith in quite some time. We meet Vario and Demas, and again, they meet at a neutral territory. These are 2 mob bosses that worked alongside Darth Maul. And I can't tell you how I love them sitting at the table, giving cheers, kind of like we've seen in Goodfellas and we've seen all these other mob things. Now, the okie doke with the droid body, of course, causes them to start shooting at each other. Maul says that the one he seeks is here after all this is done. So I think he's talking about Devin Ezra, as he needs an apprentice to overthrow Sidious as a Sith Lord, the whole rule of tool thing. Maul's upset with the Pikes, of course, Crimson Dawn, Vario, and Demas, who have profited without him, and he's the one who helped create the organization. So he's looking for his payback here. And at the end, we get the breakout scene that we see them doing just to get to Vario. And I can't tell you, Icarus, one of the people that are just like Darth Maul with the heavy machine gun, he was absolutely killing it. And yes, that pun was intended. Spybot and Tubot going after each other on the hacking, that was great to see as well. And Maul just cutting through people is just amazing to see. And Maul kind of senses what he's looking for after talking to Vario. And we get a kind of play on words here because he is a shadow over Devin. Now we get to episode 2, which of course is called Sinister Schemes. We jump into the breakout part of this action scene, and the panning up the ladder was super cool to visualize. And listen, Maul was just kind of showing off as he was blocking the lasers, and with his saber, then he backflips to get ahead of them. Then we get what I thought was the dopest scene so far, and that is Iodaki in the rain, jumping and doing what Yoda would probably do and use the force to flip over the transport vehicle. Absolutely, again, cinema, love it. Animation looks great. It's just phenomenal to see. You have to see this. A ton of action in the series so far. And I hope that people watch this and the action doesn't supersede what the storyline is. There is a lot of action here. Listen, Maul unveils his idea with Devin, and he states that he shall fashion her into a weapon which he can help us destroy all those who have destroyed, betrayed me, including Darth Sidious. And I have a question for you folks. With all the things that Sidious has done to Darth Maul, and only a few people know that Sidious is Palpatine, why doesn't he just rat him out? I mean, Sidious killed his brother, for God's sake. So I'm curious to what you guys think about that. But listen, Maul and Vario set a plan to settle the score with the Pikes. And Lawson has a contact with this girl named Rena Saul. She's kind of hitting on him. And, you know, he's playing it off as much as he can. And we end with Maul, of course, questioning Devin on his morality and the Jedi joining the clone army that made them lose their way. So she states that she still believes in the Jedi principles. He states if only that were the case, but it is what it is. Spybot by far is my new favorite Star Wars character who hacks, of course, into the Pike ship, and Maul goes completely Darth Vader in Rogue One. And I can't tell you how much I love seeing the double lightsaber. I'm hoping that you guys do too as well. The Force grip, rising the Pike, then letting him drop was absolutely great to see. This is very Mortal Kombat finishing move. And of course, Devin moves the trailer to get out and we fade out. And I tell you, man, I can't tell you how much the series is great. I hope you guys are liking the series. Please comment below. If I missed anything at all that you really wanted to talk about, let's chat it up in the comments. Don't forget to like the video if you're having a good time. Hit the bell so you get our latest and greatest. And of course, the best thing you could do for us is subscribe and share. Thank you so much.
The worst episode ever.